So, how do you feel after the procedure? I feel good. I know this treatment needs time, but if you ask me, it's started to work already. I'm thinking more clearly, my body's got more energy, and I'm proud of us, you know? Because we just proved that we, my friend, don't need no goddamn system to stay alive. So, no regrets about tabula rasa. None. And you shouldn't have them either. You think? Yeah. You know what Marx thought of moral codes and ethical principles? That they're an ideological expression of class interest, a tool to secure the system's domination and control. We didn't want to let the corporation control us, so we freed ourselves from it. We discarded false morality. It was a very progressive thing to do. So, how do you feel after the procedure? Like a newborn babe. Seriously, man, I feel stronger, more determined, and are you sure this donor had an empty brain? Because this morning I even came up with a freaking awesome idea for a startup. So, how do you feel after the procedure? First night without cold sweats. How do I feel? Fucking euphoric. That's great. Unfortunately, not everyone shares your enthusiasm. What can you do? You'll never please everybody. You had the balls to make a decision, and that's what counts. Thanks, man. Hey, how do you feel after the procedure? Well, to be fair, I think it's working. But I can't shake off this bad feeling that it was a very wrong thing to do. We did the best we could, given the circumstances. Yeah, well, maybe it wasn't good enough. I just hoped we were a better man. That's all. Hey, how'd it go with the treatment? Well, the therapy has begun. Everybody took their dose of Maxwell's medicine, and it's looking optimistic. No bad reactions, no side effects. In fact, I can already feel the difference. My head is clearer. It could be a placebo effect, of course, but I'm hopeful. It's kind of sad about tabula rasa, though. What's done is done. Let's focus on the task ahead. So, how do you feel after the procedure? Fine. I'm fine. Look, I know you're not happy with my decision, but I have my reasons. Yeah, of course. I don't think there's much more to say. I'm kind of busy, so yeah. So, did you manage to recreate your lost research? Yes, I did. I was worried I wouldn't remember everything correctly, but amazingly, it was all still there, neatly aligned and perfectly organized in my head. Almost reminded me of how Father made us arrange our toys when we were a kid. Oh man, I hated that. So did I. Remember running home from school in panic in case he came home early and saw the mess in our room? Yep. How many times do I have to tell you that chemistry set cost half my paycheck? Why is it scattered all over the floor? Huh. That chemistry set was my favorite. Till Dad just threw it away to punish us for not tidying it up. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, I retrieved my research nicely. Job done. Well done. Thank you. And Thanks for helping me get it done. You'll be happy to learn that there's something for you in it too. Really? What? Listen to this. While I was reconstructing my equations, I realized that by tweaking a parameter or two, my method can also be applied to something we are using on a daily basis on this very mission. The Rad Shield filters. In light of my findings, we can manufacture them in a much more efficient way. It's remarkable. Because theoretically, I had all the necessary knowledge in my head, but I had to backtrack my line of thinking to unblock it. Wow. What can I say? The inventor's mind works in mysterious ways. It sure does. And you know what? Suddenly, I feel much more confident about facing our other challenges. Let's take this bull by the horns. Hey, how do you feel after the procedure? I'm pretty good, thanks. How are you? I feel bad about what happened to Tabula Rasa. I'm not sure it was the best choice. Well, for some reason, you decided to make that choice, which, I guess, makes it the only choice you could make, right? So, how do you feel after the procedure? Oh, I feel much better, don't worry. We'll help you get out of here. Then you can dispose of us just like you did with Tabula Rasa. That what you wanted to hear? Look, it wasn't easy for me either. But I'm happy you're alive. Let's focus on clearing our way now, and once we're out of this canyon, I hope we can talk it over properly. Yeah, great idea. Let's get down to some anomaly busting. Cool. So, how do you feel after the procedure? I'm fine. Just leave me alone, okay? I can't believe you did it. I just don't want to think about it. Okay. I can see you're disappointed with me. So, you're planning on holding a grudge forever? I don't know. Huh? You're the one doing the planning here. All I want is for you to stay away from me. I told you that from the start, didn't I? But you wouldn't listen. Making pierogi. Building that park for me, being my fucking pal. What a load of bullshit. Hey there. How are you? Still feeling confident about things? Yeah. Yeah, of course. You sure? That didn't sound very convincing. No, it's just that I thought I'd be more happy about completing that old research of mine. But the more I think about it, the less reasons I have to celebrate. What now? What I mean is, it's a big success, but so what? Even if I do make it back alive, no one will ever know who's behind it. And here I was thinking you were doing it for science. Of course I was. I devoted my whole life to science. Does that mean I should just disappear into the shadows like a ghost? It's just sad that having done so much for society, I won't even be able to be a part of it like a normal human being. Publicly, I won't even exist. But you will live through your work. And what can be more rewarding for an inventor? Being recognized for his input. But in this world, you are the one who will get recognition for what I achieved, because you are Jan Dulski. Does it really make such a difference? I mean, we're both Jan Dulski. It makes a difference to me. Look at us. We are two completely different people. More like two completely different quantum states of the same person. Of all my alters, you should be most aware of that. I was aware of that when I woke up, but then my existence started moving forward in time, and I ceased to be an abstract being suspended in a single moment. I became a physical body, progressing on an individual real-life path. You see, I don't need the world to remember my name. I want it to acknowledge my distinctive existence. And I need to know that if I'm gone, you'll take care of it. I will. I'll tell the world the whole truth about who you were, how special you were. The truth. Yes. Mom always said it's the best solution when you don't know what to do. Your loyalty means a lot to me, but I'm afraid that's not a viable option. You'll just be taken for someone who lost his sanity while stranded all alone in space. Okay. How about Jan S. Dolsky? Huh? S for... Yes, I get it. Thanks. So, what do you think? Oh, we could make you a profile on social media. That's sweet. Thanks. But anyone who fact-checks it will quickly find out that it's fake. There are no records of me working at my university, no earlier publications. I appreciate the idea, but... to hell with it. I guess there really is no choice but to go with your name. Our name. Whatever. For posterity. Hi, Lucas.
Jan, how's it going?
Oh, I've built another ark. I'm planning to bring quite a lot of Rapidium with me.
Man, that's just amazing. This is really gonna change the world. I mean, look, I don't want you to think I'm naive, Jan. I know most of the Rapidium will be gobbled up by the Big Six, but sometimes a little is enough to give people hope. I remember when Mother left us. Did I tell you she left when we were kids?
I don't think you did. No.
Yeah, well, I was 10. You know what my strongest memory is of that day? Grandma baking a cake for the lot of us. And telling us that we'd be all right.
Strong woman.
It was just a cake. But that day, it gave me hope. And that hope kept me alive. Your excess Rapidium is like that cake, Jan.
I'm sorry about your mom. My mother passed away when I was young. So, I know what it means to lose someone you love.
Thanks. You know, I owe you something. Last time when I told you about Maxwell, I left out one thing.
Okay.
That accident his friend died in, it was Maxwell's fault. He's the one who'd been drunk driving.
What the hell? How come they didn't lock him up?
Yeah, there were some mitigating factors. You see, they'd been spending the weekend in a mountain lodge. Remote place, having some drinks in the evening, when suddenly, his friend had a stroke. Maxwell called for the ambulance, but they told him it could take a while. And there was a big risk that it would be too late. But his own car was right there, on the driveway. I mean, what would you have done?
I'd know better than to drink and drive.
You're saying that because you know what happened. But it was the middle of the night, and Maxwell decided to act. There was another car involved in the accident. The driver of that car, a young woman, she got disabled for life. Never walked again. And Maxwell's friend didn't make it.
Damn.
Yeah. That night, Maxwell made a decision that never stopped haunting him.
What if he had waited for the ambulance? Would his friend still be alive? That woman would certainly be all right.
Or maybe it was the right decision to drive, but he should have gone slower. He became obsessed with these questions. As a scientist, he wanted answers, and he sacrificed everything. His family, his academic reputation, and peace of mind to look for a way to find them. Not just for himself, but for science and the progress of humanity.
We all have regrets. They're a part of life.
Pain is a part of life too. Were people wrong to invent painkillers? Whatever you think of it, there you have it. The genesis of Project Hela.
Damn. Quite a story.
Yeah. It's been a while since I talked to someone like this. It's lonely up on this station.
I bet it does. And I can promise you I'll do my best to get more rubidium.
Wow. That would be awesome, Jan. I have to say, I'm really glad it's you, down there. Not everyone would be so ambitious.
Right. You know what?
Yeah?
Maybe try less of the sweet talk. You really suck at it.
Yeah, I know. In that case, I guess, good luck, Jan. L7 out.
Okay, you're angry about Tabula Rasa. I get it. Is there any way I can make you feel better?
Yeah, sure. Wake me up from this nightmare where we segregate people into those worthy of living and those who can be disposed of. Want to make it better? Give me back my real life. Give me back my real self.
Look, I know this whole Tabula Rasa business hit you hard, but what's done is done. Can we go back to being friends? Friends? Huh. I thought that being friends meant listening to each other. I know you saved our lives, but I don't think I'll ever come to terms with how you did it. And I don't think I could trust you anymore. I can see you're still troubled by what happened to Tabula Rasa. Is there any way we could put this behind us? By this, you mean a fundamental clash of values? For a moment I thought that this situation was a chance to change my perception of self. That thanks to you, I could look at myself in a favorable light as a good person. But now, I realize that I was right to hate myself. Deep down, at the core, I'm just a selfish, ruthless brute. You proved that to me. What was that about? That's none of your concern, Jan. You wanted to talk about something? And the atmosphere is a bit heavy lately, don't you think? Not everyone's happy about my choice of treatment. Well, I guess that was to be expected. They're behaving like a bunch of spoiled brats. And I just wanted to make it clear that I'm with you, 100%. Sometimes, you just can't play nice if you want to come out of a situation and not be a wimp, right? You get that, I get that. Fuck the rest. Yeah. Thanks, man. There's a lot of bad blood in the base. How are you coping with it? It sucks. I mean, you cured us without getting our brains hacked by the Corpo. What more do they want, huh? Jam on it? Yeah, right. I don't know, man. I wish we could just get out of here, have another party. Make it all go away. Wake up, sleepyhead. Bedtime's over. What happened? Do you know where you are? Who you are? Do you remember anything? Please. What next? You can ask me about my name and role on this mission? Of course I remember. I mean, up to a point. Oh, shit. Oh, my chest. Careful. You took a heavy blow there. Yeah, I remember the technician, but why? Did he attack me? Yes. Apparently, some of us were unable to come to terms with your decisions. Looks like they'd been planning this for some time. Repairing the tour vehicle while you weren't watching, filling it up with stolen supplies, and then, when the time came, the technician just knocked you down, and they took off into the desert. Took off with our supplies, and you just stood and watched? No, I was busy fighting for your life. That blow caught you off balance. You fell and punctured your helmet. You were suffocating. Luckily, we had some Madrigal in the med bay. Well, at least I thought that would work. But after the injection, you just turned blue and started shaking all over. Of course I did. I'm allergic to Adrical. Yes, well, I know that now. I'll probably need to get tested too when I'm back on Earth. Wait. How did you find out? From someone who knows you best. I called Lena. Of course, it would have been much quicker if the botanist had told me. But I guess he was too busy despairing about our situation in his cabin. You talked to Lena? Yes. Fortunately, all of this happened before we got lost and communications died. Did you at least pretend to be me? Oh, come on, Jan. You and I couldn't be more different. She'd never fall for it. Shit. Yes. Well, I hope you also heard the important part of my story. It happened before we got lost. We're lost? The navigation system's down. The storm is everywhere. We've been circling blindly for days. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but frankly, the base is close to breaking down. The storm's been putting it under a lot of pressure, and supplies are at a critical level. It's been quite intense. Is there no good news at all? I mean, we're closer to the finish line, right? We just need to figure out how to get out of the storm. Sure, easy as that. Just so you know, we have been trying. With all the time we've lost, I'd say we're one mistake away from failing the mission and getting stuck here for good. We need to stop drifting aimlessly, pick a direction, and this time, it needs to be a flawless choice. Flawless. I'm glad you see the problem. Okay, so what do we do? I was hoping things would change when you woke up, but I suppose it's gonna take more than that. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I'm not superhuman, you know. How am I supposed to suddenly know what to do? Well, superhuman or not, you're still gonna have to bite the bullet. Bullet? What bullet? What are you talking about? I didn't want to stress you immediately after you woke up, but there is something you should hear. Some messages in the comms room from before we lost contact with Earth. Okay, what's in them? What are you not telling me? Just listen for yourself.
So, I just had the most disturbing conversation of my life with someone who introduced himself as your alter. Alters, Jan. What the fuck? It was so scary. and you didn't think to warn me. I mean, why would you? What is going on with you? Do you have any idea what you've done? And that tabula rasa thing? You're farming people to extract brain cells now. That person, your copy, he was so cool about it. Maxwell's solution, huh? If only you had the patience to wait just a little longer. If only you wanted to listen to what I found out. This whole Project Ela, Maxwell experimenting on damaged people, messing with their minds. Man, that guy is seriously sick. Do you label your alters with numbers too? Like he did with his patients, like, for example, patient 313? Did he tell you what happened to him? Well, maybe you should ask. Or maybe you already know and you just don't care. I guess not much can surprise me at this point. You've crossed a line, just like him. To think I got the whole medical department on their feet for you. What was I thinking? I should turn you in, both of you. But I can't. I can't do this, Jan. You're lying there, unconscious, and I don't know what's become of you, or who you are anymore. And I don't think I want to find out. I wish I'd never called you in the first place. I don't want any part in your freak show. You'll just have to deal with it on your own.
Jan, Maxwell here. Lucas told me there's a communication breakdown again. Whatever is going on there, if you can hear me, please try to get in touch with us. I beg you to make the last push. Humanity needs you. I need you to succeed. I just hope my idea worked with Tabula Rasa and that all your alters are healthy and alive. It's just very, very important, Jan, that you bring all your alters back, that you keep them safe. More important than you think.
So, you're a loyal guy. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm loyal to my comfortable bed and to the coffee machine. We're out of that, by the way. Coffee, so... yeah, I'm starting to question my judgment. Maybe you should question yours too. About waking up from that coma. Now you'll have to watch all those versions of your own death. It's a relief to see you stayed. Really? Why? I'm not making any difference. Just waiting idly for the end, like the rest of us. Good to see you in the base, buddy. Likewise, man. We thought we lost you there. Tell me you know how to get us out of this mess. You'd better have a plan. So, you stayed. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, glad you decided to rejoin the party. I don't know what the scientists told you, but we're in the fucking weeds here. We'll never get out of this damn storm. Looks like the mess is bigger than I thought. Yes, we've waited long enough for you to come to, but we need decisions fast. What's the plan? The plan is simple. We need to get out of this sandstorm and reach the rendezvous point. I just don't really know how. Not yet. I never thought I'd say it, but I miss the technician. He knew that navigation system inside out. He kept challenging me. I failed him, and you're paying the price. Now's not the time for regrets, Jan. We need to set a direction for the base, and it needs to be right. We can't afford another day of drifting aimlessly in this storm. This is not a joke, Jan. Everything depends on you. The mission, Rapidium, our lives. You decided to trust Maxwell's scientific methods, and I respect that. But it came with a price. It was too much for some of us. I'd hate to know we paid that price for nothing. Decided? I don't feel as if I've decided anything, really. There was so much pressure on me, and neither solution seemed like a good one. I wish I really believed in what I was doing. I'm sorry. I wish I could have done better. As your captain. No need to blame yourself. Apparently there was no way for you to ever become one. What do you mean? Just take a look at the branchings available in the QC. You can find all sorts of walks of life that you could have taken, but a captain? No. It was never possible. None of us were cut out for that role. You're right. It's kind of liberating, knowing that there was simply no way to be good at this. This actually got me thinking about something. What? That code we got from Maxwell to upgrade the QC. His old experiment. He and Lucas used the mind records in a completely different way to manipulate the consciousness of an existing person. You're not really thinking we should try and repeat that? Oh, I agree it could be dangerous, but well, you said it yourself. There might not be another way. Why don't we try it on someone else, then? Another alter? Oh, I hope you're not serious. Your experimenting on versions of yourself is exactly what led to this. I think it's time you proved you're ready to take a fall for us. Maybe it is. What's the plan? It's hard to call it a plan. Just go into the womb, I'll plug you in, load Maxwell's code, and improvise. Testing on production? Doesn't sound like your standards. Oh, I had to say goodbye to my standards the moment I woke up in this base.
All right, I'm activating the procedure. Any last words?
Yeah, is it okay to have second thoughts about it? Oh, right. My God. Is it over? Hello? Anybody here? The base has stopped. I should check outside. Ah, shit. We're still in the storm. What the hell? Hey, someone's there. Wait. Am I losing my mind? Damn it. Mom. No matter what I do, you're gone. Maybe you should have run faster. What the hell? What is all this? What's going on? Relax. I can explain everything. Are you? Yes. I am you. Is this a dream? No, Jan. You just woke up. Remember? But where am I?
Still in the base or somewhere else?
You're right here. Where else would you be? The better question is, why are you here?
I wanted to change things. Become a better man. Someone who knows what to do.
A better man. You can't just start being someone else all of a sudden. Didn't Pops teach you that?
I'm not my father.
Maybe not. But aren't you doing what he did all his life? Waiting for a miracle to happen and change everything.
That's not true. I wasn't waiting for anything. I took matters into my own hands.
Do you really believe that? That you're the architect of your own fate? What if deciding, making choices was never anything more than just an illusion? It's crossed your mind, hasn't it? Does it really matter what I do, where I go, what I say? Am I the captain of my ship? Or does it take its own course regardless of what I do? My choices are real. My altars are proof of that.
Hey, wait, how?
How do you know what I'm going to say? Cut it out.
Cut it out.
I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. But you haven't been listening carefully. I told you. I'm you. It breaks my heart to see you so absorbed in that whole what-if business. Using your altars to revisit problems you couldn't solve. You've been very busy. But still, instead of moving forward, you end up here, stuck in your past. How is that?
I know now that I could have been there for her. If I had taken a different path.
She's gone, Jan. She always was. There was never anything you could have done.
Where's he gone? Oh, this is crazy. Lena, is that you?
Was a mistake. Why didn't you fight for us? We weren't meant for each other. I tried. Over.
What is going on with me?
Over. It's over.
No, don't go. Wait.
I guess you two just weren't meant to be together.
Lena! You again? Come here to make fun of my failures.
Not my fault you're caught up in their loop. In that big round base of yours.
I'm moving forward.
Yes. To stop short on the wrong side of a precipice. Can't you see that you never were good enough for her? Her parents were mad at her when she dumped that law student for you. The unemployed miner's son with no prospects. And you wanted to impress them with what? A house with a garden, a steady job, and a corporation? Is that why you were so afraid of losing that house and going abroad with her? Because you knew her parents wouldn't respect you? Just look at your altars. Don't you think any one of them would impress her more than the average boring Jan Dolsky?
She fell in love with the person I was, not with who I could have been.
Love. Such a big word. Was it real love, though? Can you even tell what's real? How many times did you wonder that maybe you're not the original Jan? That there had to be someone else. A version of you who actually deserved to live, to be loved. Because he always knew what to do, because he never made mistakes. Maybe that way he was worthy of his father's love.
What a ridiculous thought.
No more ridiculous than the other thoughts you've had about yourself. I'm just saying what you're thinking.
Hey! Please, don't go! What the fuck? No! Where are you going? Hey, you.
This is your captain! Open the door! Please! Don't let me die!
I'm sorry, Captain. I can't help you. I'm sorry.
They were dead before you got to them.
Why did I survive and not any one of them?
Someone had to.
All this time, and I still don't understand what happened.
I'm sure you have some smart theories up your sleeve. Go ahead. Hit me.
Maybe Maxwell did it. He's got more control over these missions than anybody.
And why would he kill everybody but you?
Maybe he knew there was Rubidium here. And he wanted someone to get stranded with it. To have no choice but to make their altars. And I was the best choice because he thought it would be easiest to manipulate a simple builder?
Really? You believe that? You see, I think that deep down, you know what happened. The answers were always there, in front of you. But instead of piecing them together, you preferred to look away.
What answers? What are you talking about?
You know there was an oxygen leak during the landing. You got that information. And you also know what the quantum computer is, how it operates, what its main purpose is.
To optimize decisions.
That's right. Its role is to ensure the success of the mission no matter what. And it looks like in the face of an emergency, it had to do just that. There was only enough oxygen for one person to survive. And the QC had to calculate the probability, as it always does, who should receive that life-saving breath. No judgment, no reading tea leaves, just pure data analysis to give the answer to one simple question. Who had the biggest chances of completing the mission?
And it was.
Yes. The math pointed to you.
How do you know all this?
Because you know it. You always did. But you are so focused on your mistakes.
Because I feel that I can learn from them. And figuring out how to avoid bad choices.
What is a bad choice, really? You feel you could have made a lot of different decisions in your life, but without those choices, good or bad, you wouldn't be who you are. The person with the best chance to pull it off. Maybe it's not you who needs to change, but your perspective. Mistakes can have good consequences too, you know.
Like what? Letting my altar split?
Maybe. Conflicts can open new, unexpected paths.
What do you mean?
Find and follow your disobedient side. You've spent a lot of time on this planet escaping the sun, facing the darkness. Maybe it's time you started looking through the darkness and notice the light. The light? What light? Hey. Looks like I'm back.
It does. And well, you're cognizant. You've been shaking on that bed for an hour. I was honestly worried about the choice of settings I applied in that program.
No. I think you did everything right.
So, did it work? You look the same. Did anything change?
Yeah, to be honest. Everything's different. Just not the way I expected.
So, what happened?
I met myself. Another one? No, not like you. He was me, but he knew things. Things I probably always knew, but didn't see somehow.
It's called the subconscious, Jan.
Yeah, I guess it is. So, my subconscious told me that instead of trying to fix my old life, I should try and take something good from what I messed up. It was very comforting.
I'm sure it was. Did your subconscious by any chance mention how we could get out of here?
Yeah. We should look for the rebels.
The rebels. Do you really believe they're still alive?
If there's anybody who can make it through this storm, it's the technician.
Well, that vehicle is definitely more maneuverable than our base.
He said something about noticing the light. That make any sense to you?
The light? Seriously? We risk everything to alter your mind, and all you come back with is a cliched epiphany about following the light?
Doesn't the Tur emit any light?
Well, probably. But in case you haven't noticed, there's a sandstorm raging outside. We'd never be able to see anything, even if we had the most high-end...
Wait a minute. What? Tell me.
Low-frequency electromagnetic waves detection.
Oh, now you're confusing me.
That could be it. Yeah, the navigation system. It can be switched into an auxiliary mode, tracing any interferences in electromagnetic wavelength. And that means if there was a source of artificial light somewhere nearby, the sensors could be able to locate it.
And follow it.
Right. If the technician really did find a way through the storm, and the Tur vehicle is not too far away, it could be worth a try. Your subconscious might actually be a genius.
Oh, you never doubted that, did you?